Okay, Karen, yeah, I agree. I would start with the poster too. I think it's probably once you get the poster, the mechanics down to the poster, you can kind of start building, taking those basic building blocks and applying them to the other two unusual sized compositions. Specifically, that web banner. That web banner is tough because it's required to be 600 high and 160 wide. So it's kind of an unusual configuration. It's going to be tricky to assemble your typography in that. So keep that in mind moving forward. One other thing I wanted to blending modes, I totally agree with that. And just blended together. Yes, I totally agree. Okay, let's go ahead and jump over to the piece. I love it, man. I just think it's a fantastic start. Really good job. It looks exactly like what it's supposed to look like. And that is a travel poster. So a couple of recommendations here. I think Float Among the Stars, International Space Station Hotels, Float Among the Stars. Boy, I'm going to tell you, I would probably even do this. I would take this Float Among the Stars and I would just increase the size a little bit and have that be your typographic starting point. So that's first position in typographic hierarchy. So Float Among the Stars in that white, increase the size a little bit. Watch my cursor, center it right there, perfect. Then take this International Space Station Hotels, reduce the size, and again, put it as a first line here. So it's like a segue between the Float Among the Stars and this informational paragraph. So again, I would just assemble that right up here. You can change the type style a little bit to make sure that it is recognizable as a sort of an introduction. And then the next line drop into your text. I love the banner area. It looks great. I think right here, this type right here is probably a little bit too large. In terms of the size of the composition itself, I would reduce that a little bit. Yeah, once you take this out, you won't have this guide to try to to um, determine the width of the type box at the bottom. So what you'll do is you'll just use this. So theoretically, this is you're gonna have wider margins here. Once you bring that down here, use this as your headline, but it's going to be increased, so it's going to be something like that. So you're going to increase the size of your margins, which is good because right now I think this is just spans too wide in the composition. So I would like to see it the same width as the headline, right around there somewhere, and reduce that type size a little bit. Conversely, and you know this from typography, you reduce the type size, you're going to have to reduce the leading as well. That's the space between lines. Other than that, wow, I love it. I think it's really, really great. So good job. Looking forward. And then just you follow this lead for the other pieces in the campaign. And again, watch out for your typography. Typography is going to be tricky in the banner ad with those size requirements. So, all right, fantastic start, Karen. Very good. Let me know if you have any questions or if you need any clarification. I'll be glad to do so. But very good. Thank you.